Hey guys, it's Caitlin. Today's video is going to be my March book haul, and it's going to be long because there's 30 books here. I'm not going to be doing any super long synopsises about these. Most of them I don't know anything about. I prefer going into my books pretty well blind. I like the surprise of them. I know some basic things, which I'll try to give you guys, but for the most part I don't know anything about any of these. So let's just get right into it. The first one I have here is The Thousandth Floor by Katherine McGee. I have no idea what this is about. I've heard a lot of really good things about it, and that's pretty much why I bought it. Also, this cover is really beautiful. That was another reason. I'm not gonna lie, I buy books for their covers. If their covers are beautiful, I'm probably gonna buy it. The next one is The Wrath and the Dawn by Renee Ahdieh. This is another one I don't know anything about. I've heard lots of good things. I believe this is a duology. I don't have the second one yet, but I'm hoping after I read this one, and if I like this one, I will be getting the second one. The third one has been out for a really long time, I think, but that one is Red Rising by Pierce Brown. I've heard tons of really good things about this. This is about a color-coded society, and the main character is a red. I don't know what that means. That sounds really interesting. A few of these were in my April TBR. One of those is The Forgetting by Sharon Cameron. All I know about this one is every 12 years there is a forgetting where if you don't write things down, you lose everything. Like, you don't know who you are, who your family is, or anything. But the main character in this book, she never forgets. She always remembers everything, and she is going to be using her ability to remember everything to figure out why the forgettings are happening in the first place. This is another one that was in my April TBR, and that is The Darkest Minds by Alexandra Bracken. I've been wanting to get this book for a really long time because I've heard tons of really good things about it. I just don't know why I have never picked it up. The next one is The Crown's Game by Evelyn Skye. Again, I know nothing about this. I know that the cover was pretty, and I know that a lot of good things have been said about it. And The Crown's Game is a magical duel. If there's magic in a book, I'm there. I love magic. So obviously, I'm probably gonna love this. Next is Long May She Reign by Rhiannon Thomas. This is about a girl named Freya who is 23rd in line for the throne. And she has never seen herself on the throne. Like, she doesn't really want it. But then a banquet that her father hosts, I think, turns deadly. And everybody in line in front of Freya dies. So she finds herself on the throne. And it's cool because she just wants to hang out in her laboratory. And you don't hear or see very much about, female scientists. I don't know if she's a scientist, but it says she'd rather research in her laboratory. So that's pretty awesome. Next one is one I'm currently reading. And this one was also in my April TBR. I just started this one last night, so I'm not very far into it, but that's Rebel of the Sands. I also got the sequel, Traitor to the Throne by Alwyn Hamilton. These are the UK covers. I hated the US hardcover cover change. I thought it was the most stupid thing. I hated it. I absolutely hated it. So I went to Book Depository and bought these. This I really don't know much about. All I know is that it's like a Western fantasy. I have never seen anything even remotely like that, so that's pretty awesome. And I'm maybe 15 pages in, and I'm loving it so far. It's super interesting. It really catches my attention. Next, I read this next author's other books. I think I read the first one or two in the series. I don't remember which ones I've read. They were okay. I wasn't super impressed with them, but I figured I would try and give something else she wrote a try. So that is Strange the Dreamer by Laini Taylor. Again, I don't know anything about this one. I just know that this cover is beautiful, and I wanted to try out her writing again. I liked her writing in the first book that I read by her. That was Daughter of Smoke and Bone. I just wasn't too intrigued by the story, but hopefully this one works out better for me. Then I got Beauty and the Beast, Lost in a Book by Jennifer Donnelly. I have already read this one. It was so good. I loved it. This is about Belle, I guess, obviously, Beauty and the Beast. But it's not like the original story. In this one, she is tricked. In this one, there are two sisters named Love and Death, and they are in a competition. Love thinks that Belle and the Beast are going to fall in love, and Death thinks Belle isn't going to fall in love with him. And they make a bet, and then Death decides to cheat and tries tricking Belle into staying in this book she left for her to find. The next one is The Bone Witch by Rin Chapeko. I think that's how it's pronounced. I'm sorry if I butcher these names. If you let me know down in the comments how it's pronounced, that would be great. All I know about this one is the main character's name is T. Her family are witches, and her type of magic makes her a bone witch. I don't know what that means. I didn't get much past the very first few sentences because I don't want to read the rest of the synopsis because I kind of want to stay blind going into all of these. So that's all I know about this one. And this cover is so beautiful. It's got like the swirls have super, like, they're textured, and it's purple, my favorite. The next two are Queen of Hearts and Blood of Wonderland by Colleen Oakes. All I know is that it's like a Wonderland retelling, maybe. If it's a retelling, I'm gonna read it. Plus, they look like cards. Isn't that awesome? Those are just so cool. Here's this one. Those are so pretty. I love them. I love retellings. I like Wonderland. So we'll give those a try. Next, I have Nemesis by Brandon Reeks. This is another one that I don't really know much about. This one is going to be in my April TBR. All I know is the main character, Min, every 2 years she dies, and then she wakes up. And this happens every 2 years. She will die. A few hours later, she will wake up. And then it's also about a boy named Noah who is plagued by dreams of death. And he just doesn't know why. This has been happening for as long as he can remember. And that's all I wanted to know about that because that's awesome. Next, these books came in my Owl Crate and my Spearcraft. My Owl Crate and Spearcraft both had the same book this month, but my Spearcraft one came with an extra book, and those were Daughter of a Pirate King by Trisha Levenseller, and the bonus book was Updrift by Erin Stevens. Pirates, obviously. I'm going to love this. I have never read anything about pirates, so I'm hoping this is really, really good. I'll be very disappointed if I do not like it. And this one, I have no idea what this is even about. I think mermaids. Mermaids are awesome. Try and give that one a try. The next ones are more retellings. I just love retellings, as I've said before. And they are The Shadow Queen by C.J. Redwine and The Wish Granter, also by C.J. Redwine. This one is Snow White retelling, and this one is I think it's Rumpelstiltskin. I have never read a Rumpelstiltskin retelling, so I'm super excited for this one. And Snow White is one of my top 5 princesses that I love, so I love that story, so we'll see. I'm hoping these are amazing. The next two, I have absolutely no idea what they are about. I bought them because they were super pretty. And that is First Life and Lifeblood by Gina Showalter. Can you just look at this cover? Isn't that just beautiful? There's a city inside the timepiece, and it's just amazing. I love them. Next is Wind Witch by Susan Dennard. This one, I had the first one, Truth Witch. I started it. I liked it, but I just wasn't in the mood for witches at the time. I had just finished another witch book previously that I didn't like. So I figured I would put it down. I only made it like 2 or 3 pages into it, and I'm just like, it's good, but I'm just not feeling it right now. So I put it down, but I want to pick it back up. I've heard tons of really good things about them. So I'm hoping I will get to those soon. Next is The Graces by Lori. I don't know. We're going to go with Lori Eve. And this is about a family called The Graces. And they have a girl named River who is friends with the Graces. And she wants to be a Grace. She loves the Graces and she wants to be one of them. The next one I am super, super excited about, and that is The Valiant by Leslie Livingston. Female gladiators. That's all I need to know. Yeah, a female gladiator. Then there is Hunted by Megan Spooner. I have never read anything by her, I don't think. And this is another Beauty and the Beast retelling. I love Beauty and the Beast, and I love retellings. So I had to buy it. The next one is Blood Rose Rebellion by Rosalind Eves. And in this one, the main character was born into a magical family, but she doesn't know how to do magic. But sometimes she can break curses accidentally. And that's all the further I got in the synopsis. I didn't want to know anymore because that sounds freaking awesome. And then I've got the last two. Again, these covers are beautiful. This is The Star-Touched Queen and A Crown of Wishes by Roshani Chokshi. However, again, leave me a note down in the comments on how to say her name. I don't want to be pronouncing it wrong. But aren't these just absolutely stunning covers? I have no idea what they're about. They're beautiful. I've heard tons of good things. That's all I needed to know. So that is the end of my March book haul. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching.